2026年の日本時間5月14日の深夜に NI コネクト2026があって、そのキーノートのセッションで LabVIEW で使用できる AI Nigel について新たな情報が紹介されていました。今回はそのキーノートの話で、LabVIEW における Nigel の機能について話されている部分を抜き出して紹介していこうと思います。なお、紹介に入る前に話に出てくる内容の補足をしておくと、フレックスロガーというソフトウェアの話が出てきます。これ自体は LabVIEW とは違ったソフトウェアで、LabVIEW で制御するような信号測定用のハードウェアをプログラミングすることなく制御して測定を行うというようなソフトウェアになるんですが、このソフトウェアに追加の機能を実装する場合にプラグインというものを作る必要があって、そのプラグインの開発に LabVIEW を使うことになります。キーノートではこのプラグインの開発に、Nigel を活用していくという内容になっています。それでは動画をどうぞ。
Software is, without a doubt, one of the most important elements of our platform-based approach, and that's why we're making literally massive investments in our entire software portfolio, including LabVIEW Plus, SystemLink, and Nigel. Just a year ago on this stage, we were excited to introduce you to Nigel, running in LabVIEW and in TestStand. And as an advisor, Nigel had detailed knowledge of our products, detailed information about software best practices, and gave you guidance on building test and measurement applications. Well, since then, we've been working really hard to expand Nigel's capabilities, leveraging the best of the off-the-shelf AI technologies. So, let's talk about what's next. Well, in the newest version of LabVIEW Plus, coming out this summer, we're adding brand new capabilities for Nigel as an author. And as an author, Nigel will be able to generate code and test sequences, will be able to create stunning visualizations, and will be able to surface meaningful insights buried deep within your measurement data. But it is so much cooler to show it to you than it is to talk about it. So to help me do that, please welcome Graham and Israr to the stage.
So thanks so much, Charles. I mean, the feedback we've had from our users has been clear. We like what you're doing with Nigel. Please go faster. I mean, game-changing technologies are coming to market that are defining a new era in test. And NI software is at the forefront of this, helping engineers make better test systems faster and smarter than ever. So set your countdown timers, because July 28th is the date you need, because the things we're about to show you here are going to change the way that you work every day. In this new era of test, you're going to be using Nigel AI for everything from your planning and system design through development, insight, and asset management. Test engineers who know how to use AI effectively will be more productive than those who don't. So, you said make all this real. Let's consider the concept of a physical test lab. Now here, technicians and engineers need to set up custom measurements quickly and independently. And Azra here is going to show the software we use for that is FlexLogger. Now this is our software for physical measurements and data logging. Now, vibe coding's quick, but having an application that does exactly what you need is quicker. And so this is where we'll start. We can set up our channel measurements. We can switch across. We can set up our logging, our alarms, our triggering, and we can display that live data from the microphone we have connected to the compact DAC here on stage, right on stage to see our live signal. Now, that's great, but labs like the one that Brett was just talking about need custom requirements, and that means that the flex of FlexLogger, which is all about open extensibility, comes into play. So let's add some harmonic measurements to this basic signal. And in FlexLogger, we do this by using LabVIEW to create a plugin that can build in that functionality into our application. Now, in a new era of test, we can ask Nigel for help. And to do this, I'm really excited to talk about a feature that I know many of you have been waiting for. I'm pleased to announce here on the stage, LabVIEW code generation by prompt has come to LabVIEW. So. Okay. Now, let's see this for real. So Azra here is going to ask Nigel to make a FlexLogger plugin for us right here on stage. We're going to make a sound meter. So what it's going to do is it's going to, in LabVIEW, it's going to go to the sound vibration toolkit. And it's going to pull in, it's going to do some averaging, some filtering, it's going to do 24th octave analysis, and it's going to output the sound level that we can then log to disk. Now, that's the plan.
So what Asrar just asked Nigel to do is actually quite a bit more than just writing LabVIEW code. To make a FlexLogger plugin like this, it means setting up a LabVIEW project, complete with state machines, a class structure, user interfaces, and a lot of processing.
Absolutely. While Nigel's working here, let me talk you through what it's going to do. So we've taught Nigel how to make FlexLogger plugins. And so the first, based upon the prompt, it's going to go and look at the shipping examples to get trusted IP from both the FlexLogger plugin development kit and the LabVIEW sound vibration toolkit. So we can learn all those best practices. It now comes back together. It's going to create a project with all the structures and dependencies we need. And then we've asked it to focus on the process VI at the heart of this plugin. And so here it's going to create that VI with inputs and outputs, and then populate it with the state machine, architecture, and all the functionality that we need inside it. So Nigel's ability to author code like this is going to change the way that we develop in LabVIEW. But while we're showing a kind of a complete application here, you can really use Nigel for many of your day-to-day tasks, whether that be array manipulation or hardware connectivity. I mean, everybody this summer should be using Nigel to help them with their DACMX code. And then LabVIEW's ability to clearly represent the operation of your code, the parallelism, the models of compute, bringing in this trusted IP, add a rich debugging environment to that as well. I mean, LabVIEW has become a really strong choice for vibe coding test applications.
Yeah, and this is really actually compelling because while AI will allow you to vibe code in many languages, I think we all know that all languages are not actually equal. LabVIEW's graphical nature makes viewing and debugging sophisticated test applications far easier than text-based code. And now test engineers don't have to choose between vibe coding with a large language model or LabVIEW. They can have the benefits of both.
Now, before we return, I want to talk a little bit about some of the other features coming to the software platform. So for Nigel, since February, it's been able to have context of your local hardware. And so this is important because it gives you more practical answers, things you can act upon. It's also been able to review and have context of your LabVIEW projects and your test stand sequences, meaning you can look for those dependencies that are, or functionality within them, or maybe ones that are missing. And then starting from July, Nigel will be able to not only have context of your test stand sequences, but it will be able to write test stand sequences too. It's also going to come to Instrument Studio, to FlexLogger. It's going to come to Veristand. And of course, we're going to be able to deploy that on private cloud instances as well, which will open the door to many of you I know here in the audience. Now, beyond Nigel, we have a host of new features coming to the LabVIEW Plus suite too. From Unicode front panels coming to LabVIEW, we've got test stand deployment on Linux. We have over 60 technical software sessions here throughout the conference and a host of demos on the show floor staffed by our R&D engineers. So please do go check out all of those to learn more about our new features.
Graham, I think you just said a lot, and I hope you guys get the sense that we are innovating fast. But let's get back to that harmonic plugin demo. Asrar, what have you and Nigel built?
Charles, I'm happy to share that Nigel did everything we had asked it to do. It created this LabVIEW project, including all the VIs and dependencies that we need.
Go on, give Nigel a round of applause.
So for this demo, we had asked Nigel to focus on the process VI, as that is the heart of our plugin. So let's take a look at this VI. All right. Nigel built this VI using class-based state machine architecture that it pulled from the FlexLogger PDK. Nigel also implemented all the logic you see here using the sound and vibration functions from our LabVIEW toolkit. Since we asked Nigel to create a FlexLogger plugin, it also went ahead and built this project so it is ready to use within FlexLogger.
Okay, so if we switch back to FlexLogger now, we can see how, as we've built that plugin, Asrar can reference the sound signal we have from our audio here, and then we can instantly see that in our user interface, and you could log this just like any other calculated channel in FlexLogger. So here we go. So we should give
はい、というわけで、Nigelによるコード生成の機能が1月の28日に出るということが紹介されていました。また、しれっとユニコード対応についても紹介されてましたね。セッションの中では、Nigelに与えているプロンプトが結構簡素なものでしたが、それでもちゃんと意図した通りのプロジェクトが、基本的なアーキテクチャも実装された上で生成されるんだとしたら、なかなか面白いんじゃないかなと思います。今現在はコード補完の機能があるものの、これは結構使いどころが難しいかなと思われる面もあるんですが、コード生成はそれなりに使える機能になっているということを期待しています。また、コード生成ができるLabVIEWがリリースされたら、レビュー動画も出していく予定なので、よければチャンネル登録をしてお待ちください。それでは今回の動画はここまでです。ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。LabVIEW初心者の方向けの学習記事、プログラム例など多数掲載中。マーブルルールブログもよろしくお願いします。